The examen of consciousness helps us to notice how God is at work in our lives. Tammy Emery explains what is commonly called the examen.
The examen of consciousness, known as the examen, is a prayer designed to enable us to find God in our lives. It is about noticing where and how God is active in our everyday experiences. Ignatius emphasized it as the most important prayer to discerning an approach to life. It helps us to recognize and to hold on to that which gives us life. Questions are an important part of a discerning, reflective life and form a large part of practicing the examen. In the attempt to recognize God's movements with ours in our everyday, we can ask questions such as, how is God leading me today? Where was I open to invitation? Where did I perhaps notice or not notice God's presence? What grace or gift do I sense I may need for the day ahead to better enable me to respond to His leading? Let's look at this in more detail, using some suggested steps to guide us through this practice. Position yourself comfortably and remind yourself or imagine yourself that you're in the loving gaze of God. Step 1, you look at gratitude. This is recalling anything from the day for which you are grateful. We tend to seek out the bigger, seemingly more obvious reasons to be grateful, but these too can be found in the ordinary experiences of our day. Just this morning, I opened my door to receive the fresh air, offering me a sense of readiness for the day ahead. Be attentive to and thank God for those moments. Step 2, we review our day. Holding on to the remembrance that you are in His presence, begin to review your day. Recall the events of the day, from your waking moments, hour by hour, noticing where you felt God's presence. Walk through your day with Him. Perhaps, upon waking, you felt peace and you felt refreshed. Perhaps you didn't. Consider your inner movements slowly. Was there an increase arising within you of faith, hope, and love? Was there a particular moment when you felt more aware of God's presence? Give thanks to God for those moments, for these consolations. Step 3, desolations and sorrow. Perhaps, in recalling the above, you became aware of moments that you didn't experience an increase of faith, hope, or love. Perhaps you felt deflated, empty, frustrated. Reflect on what you are least grateful for, or recall any actions for which you are sorry. This is not to cause shame, because this is not helpful for this exercise, but to recall our remembrance that God desires to console us in all things. By recognizing these sorrow-filled moments, we are able to name the graces we need to accept the invitation to draw nearer to God in consolation. Step 4, forgiveness and healing. Ask for God's forgiveness where you have hurt others, or perhaps yourself, or where others have hurt you, that you may give them the gift of forgiveness. Ask for what you need, whether it be peace, healing, or forgiveness. Step 5, asking for grace for tomorrow. Having brought this day to a close with God, you may wish to think about what you have planned for tomorrow. What does God desire of you tomorrow? How can you be the best person that you can be? Ask God for a particular grace that you need for tomorrow. Is it patience? Is it strength? Is it courage? Do you need energy? Bring these to God. knowing well that He receives you and that He hears you. Once you feel released, you may end this prayer time by saying the Our Father.